All right, so for example 6, it says order the numbers from least to greatest. So again, I'm going to write from L all the way to G. So this is a reminder that I'm going from least to greatest. So remember, we need to set up our tables with OG, our original, our decimal, equivalent, our order, so what order they go in from least to greatest, and our new order using our original numbers. So here I already wrote down my original numbers for the ones that they gave me. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite first my decimals, and remember I want to align them. So I'm going to have negative 0.8. I know this one, I have 3 holes and a little bit more. So I have positive 3 and a little bit more. We're going to figure that out. And this one's going to be 0.42. And we're going to figure out our percentage, okay? So I am going to first work with my percentage. Remember, I need to use decimal to percent. I do not see any decimals here, so I'm going to add one right here. Remember, my tool, it is my favorite soda, which is Dr. Pepper, DP, okay? So remember, for Dr. Pepper, I need to move twice to the left. 1, 2 to change my percent to a decimal. So it's going to be 1, 2. So I'm going to have 0.32 hundredths and then my 0 up in front. And it is a positive, okay, because they didn't tell us it was a negative. So now my 1/4, you guys should already know 1/4 is equal to 0.25 hundredths, okay? And this right here, I have an empty space, so I'm going to write a 0. So now I'm going to do my order from least to greatest. So I need to know which one is smallest and which one is the biggest. Okay, so far I should know that my negatives are smaller than positives. So I'm going to look at my negatives first. So if I look at a number line, okay, so I'm going 0. This is 1, negative 1. Okay, right here in the middle, I should have 50 hundredths. So negative 50 hundredths. Okay, so if I'm going to use that as a point of reference, right, I'm going to split that into halves again. So this one should give me negative 0.25, negative 50, negative 0.75. So it's like if I have $1 and I split it into 4 sections. That's all I did. Okay. So now I'm going to plot where negative 42 should go. So if this is negative 50, this is 25. It should be somewhere right here in the middle. So I'm going to put it right here, my negative 0.42. So we can have an idea who's bigger and who's larger. And then my negative 80, if this is 75, I'm going to estimate to that this part is going to be negative 0.80. Okay. So it doesn't have a whole number right here, so it has to be less than negative 1. That's why I only did my number line from 0 to negative 1. So remember, any numbers that are to the left are going to be small. I'm going to write S for small. Any numbers to my right has to be B for big, okay? So comparing the two, this one would be smaller, my negative 0.80. So this one would go first, and then I'm going to write my negative 0.8 first, okay? Because I was comparing it with this one has to be second, and then it's going to be negative 0.42. And then my third smallest number, I'm going to compare now. So I'm already done with this one and I'm done with that one. I'm actually going to use the color purple. So I'm going to compare all my numbers in my ones place, right? So I'm going to compare this one first. So who is smaller, 3 or 0? 0. So that means this one comes in third, and I'm going to have my 32%. And then my last thing is going to be my 3, because that is the largest, so that's going to be fourth. And I'm going to write my 3 and a fourth, okay? So these are all my numbers in order from least to greatest, okay? Make sure you guys write this down, all these down, and write it into your paper, okay? And then move on to the next thing.